Let's go over graphing tangent functions. I'm going to graph all these, but let's start with the simplest one here. The first one here, y equals tangent x. So you should know that if we don't do any transformation, tangent graph will always go through 0, 0. Okay, just have to know that. And then to get period, it's going to be pi over b. B is the coefficient in front of the x here, which is 1 in this case. So it's going to be pi. Okay, since period is pi, and that 0, 0 point is the center point, you want to go halfway to the right, whatever that period is. In this case, it's pi, so you divide it by 2, and you want to go exact same distance to the left side, so like that. And those are where the vertical asymptotes will be. So what you want to do is draw vertical asymptote at x equals pi over 2, and another one at x equals negative pi over 2. And then what you want to do is you want to cut it in half again. From the center point to the right asymptote, cut it in half. That's going to be 1 over 2 times pi over 2. So it's going to be pi over 4 here. And you do the same thing on the left side. It's going to be negative pi over 4. And then whatever the a is the leading coefficient here, which is 1. You're going to go up there and then down here. Since it's positive, right hand goes up, left hand goes down. And then you just want to connect your graph so that it looks like this. Okay, so that's one cycle of tangent. And then I'm going to do all these three at once because they're kind of related. And then we're going to use a transformation. When you have a plus 2 on the right, all the way to the right, what you want to do is move all those points up 2. So that center point 0, 0 becomes what? 0, 2. And that, let me label this. And that pi over 4, comma 1 becomes pi over 4, comma 3. So it'll be up here. And that negative pi over 4, comma negative 1, you just add 2 to the y value. It's going to be over here. Okay, so that's going to be, what is that? Negative pi over 4. And since we added 2 there, 1. And that point is pi over 4, comma, just add 2, 3. And then just connect the points like that. Okay? And then we'll do another one here, the third one here. All that's different is you have a negative in front. So you're going to keep that. What you want to do is if you have a negative in front, it's going to reflect over the x-axis and then move it up. So from here, you want to flip that, and then it's going to be like that. And then that moves up 2 points. So that point's going to be right here and right here. So it's going to be like that. Okay? And you know that point is pi over 4, comma 1. And that point will be, again, 0, comma 2. And that point's going to be negative pi over 4, comma, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 3. Okay, so those are all these 3 graphs here. And then moving on to, let's do the bottom one here. Let me erase everything. And this time let's try to do these two in one xy axis. I'll draw my xy. Again, we got b term, so if you're gonna rewrite that, that's gonna be tangent y is equal to tangent. It's gonna be 1/2 times x. Okay, so our b is no longer 1; it's 1/2. So period will change. Period will be pi over that b term, which is 1 over 2. So if you multiply by 2 to top and bottom, period's gonna be 2 pi. Okay, we don't do any phase shift. So again, the midpoint will always be 0, 0 because it's tangent. And let's do this one first, okay? What you want to do is, since period is 2 pi, you want to go halfway to the right. So let's make that pi. And halfway to the left. Let's make that negative pi. Okay, that's kind of important. So whatever the period is, pi over b, you're gonna go halfway to the right from the center point, and halfway to the left, half of the period to the left from the center point. So those are my vertical asymptotes there. And then you want to divide it into half again. So 1/2 times that will be pi over 2. Over here will be negative pi over 2. And whatever the a value here, which is 1, negative 1 here, what you want to do is, since it's positive, you want to go right over 1 and then up 1, left, and then down 1. And then you can label this. I'm not going to label right now. It will look something like that. Okay? And then let me change my color and do this one then. You have a value 3. So vertical stretch of 3. Instead of 1 there, all you need to do is since everything else is same, you're going to go down 3, up 3 for the halfway there. So that point's going to be pi over 2 comma 3, still 0, 0, and then negative pi over 2 comma negative 3. So it gets vertically stretched like that. Okay? That's for the green one here. Now, let's do the last one here. Let's do this one right there. Okay. First of all, I need to change that to a graph-friendly form, like in standard form. Before you do anything, the coefficient must be 1. So it's got 2 there. So you need to factor that out. Okay. So let me change it. So it's going to be y is equal to negative 3 tangent, factor 2 out, x minus, now 2 times what gives you pi over 2? Excuse me, pi over 4 minus 1 like that. Okay, make sure you have a coefficient 1 here before you do anything. Okay, so here's what you're going to do. In my mind, I'm just going to graph negative 3 tangent 2x first, and then because of this, I'm going to move right pi over 4 much, because it's minus pi over 4. You need to go right. And then outside you have minus 1. I'm going to go down 1 unit. Okay? So in my mind, I'm just going to graph this first over here, and then do the translation. Okay, let's break it into, well, before we do anything, we need to figure out what period is. Period for tangent is pi over b. B in this case is 2, so it's pi over 2. Okay, since period is pi over 2, again, same thing. I'm going to imagine, since we're graphing this before we do any translation, 0, 0, and then halfway, half of the period, which is pi over 4 now. And then left side, pi over 4, negative. And then I want to break it into 4 parts here. Okay, so pi over 4 times 1/2 will be pi over 8 here. And this will be negative pi over 8. Okay. And then since it's negative 3, my left side, I'm not going to draw, okay, I'll just draw my vertical asymptote a little bit because I know I'm going to move. Okay. And then since it's negative 3, left hand goes up. So left 1 over and then up 3. And then right 1 over, down 3. Okay. All right. So we got these so far. So basically, I'm not going to draw the graph because that's not the this problem here. Now, all those points, including vertical asymptote, will get moved, shift over, right? Pi over 4. Pi over 4 is like 2 increments here. Okay. So let's do that. Okay, let's just do that. So that center point, let's move the vertical asymptote first. Since that's pi over 8, that will be 2 pi over 8. This will be 3 pi over 8. This will be 4 pi over 8. I'm going to reduce it later. This will be 5 pi over 8. This will be 6 pi over 8, and so on and so forth. Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move that vertical asymptote over 2 increments because this is right pi over 4, which is 2 spaces right there. Okay, so I'm going to move that over, let me see, oops, that's not it. That's not it. Here we go. So from here, 1, 2. So I would have my new asymptote at 4 pi over 8, which is, you could reduce it now if you want. That's going to be 2, what is that, pi over 2. Let me be more neat here. So it'll be pi over 2 here. It's going to be pi over 2. Okay? And then same thing to the left asymptote. So I'm going to move from here, 1, 2. That's going to be x equals 0. Okay, so let me erase the old asymptote here. And then we'll do the same thing with the points. So that center point, which was at 0, is now at pi over 4. Just move right 2. So that left hand will go 1, 2, right there. Okay, so right there. That will be pi over 8, comma 3. Oh, I need to go down 1 as well. So let's move it down 1. Down 1. Get rid of this. It'll be pi over 8 comma 2 now, because you gotta move down 1. And that point's gonna be pi over 4 comma negative 1. So get rid of that. Okay. And then that point will go right 2 and then go down 1. So that'll be at 3 pi over 8 comma negative 4. Okay, it's pretty easy, right? And then just connect the dots, make it look like, dance a little bit here. Boom, like that. Okay, so that's how you do tangent graphs here.